back again. Let's quickly finish this house, shall we? And then we can move on to the rest of them. So first of all, let's select this, shift select this guy, and then that old link, make links materials, and then select this guy. I mean, to be honest, we could leave it like that. No, we're not going to do that. Select that guy and then make this one its own material, and we will just call this deco. And the brick texture we are going to take down to 0.01 because we don't want to see any of the differences. And let me just check if that's the bump that's stretching. We just now need to find out what's doing this strange stretchiness. So it could be the bump. It's the bump. So this is a case where the mapping isn't working. Oh no, it's not. It's a case of me not having unwrapped it. Right, let me just check. So first off, Control A, all transforms. It's duplicated, so we can't do that. Too late. Never mind. Tab A to select all the faces again. U and Q projection. That's sorted the problem out, hasn't it? We don't have to mess around with any of the mapping issues. So yeah, and then just copy that. So let's select the frame, Tab A, and then same thing, Q projection, and then Shift select that, Object, make link, materials. And I don't know, we didn't, did I? Yeah, we did Q project. Yeah, looking good, looking good. And because we duplicated these, we shouldn't need to have, we don't need to put materials on the rest of them because it's all the same bloody thing. There we go. That's one house done. So now if we press backspace or forward space, we'll go back to the rest of the scene. And now it's just a case of applying this material to a bunch of houses and likely setting up the roofs. So let's get cracking. I'm just going to go into edit mode for this because I know what materials are what. So first of all, let's select this house, shift select that, and I'm going to do this the last time. I'm only going to, let's just say there's only once, because this is in my quick menu, but take note, object, make links, materials. I would also add, if you're going to add that to your quick favorites, I'd also add modifiers because I use modifiers and materials all the time. So materials. So we've now put that, both of these materials, as you can see, we've got the roof because that's what's on this one. And yeah, it looks like that because we haven't unwrapped it. Okay, so that's good. So now Tab A, U, Cube, and we're going to want to select the roof to be separate. So we need to select. That's worked. All of them. Shift select all them. We'll deal with that in a second. You know what? Let's do it in a better way. C. Press C, and then we only want. Otherwise, we're going to have to mess around. Press C. Again, in order for me to move the camera, I have to right-click when I'm in this C mode before I can move my camera. Okay, and now we can shift-select that loop, and we can shift-select that loop, and that loop. Alright, and then the same thing we did before, go to the vertex groups, plus assign, double-check, deselect, select, deselect, select, bush. And then because we've copied the materials from the tower that we'd already set up, all we have to do is go to the materials, select roof, and click assign. And then tab out of it and have a butcher's how we're doing with the mapping. That's worked pretty good. And I will tend to keep... oh, hello. I'm just going to move this back a little bit just by pressing GY because I just need the sun on there as well. So I'll keep a building about as reference to get the bricks the right size. Funnily enough, they seem to have come out a lovely size. The roof maybe... Okay, the roof's a little bit bigger, so we're going to edit that. So stay in this mode, it's fine. We've already selected the roof. So all we need to do is change into, you know what, go in the bottom corner here, just because we're going to be using this a lot. And then drag another window. And then select UV editor with this window. And again, it doesn't really matter where everything is, but as long as we know that we need, when I'm checking, I'll turn that. What is that called? Show overlays. So I know I've got it selected, but I'm just hiding the overlay so we can see what happens. So we need to scale this up to make the texture smaller. And let's just double check. Size comparison, they look about right, don't they? And okay, so one issue we have here is that this is obviously a lot wider than this. So we've set the phase offset of the filter effects, the color filters we put over the top, to match specifically these dimensions. But with a house that's a lot longer, obviously we can see a lot of it, and maybe we don't want it to be up and down. So for this one, again, we can make it its own. Make sure I've selected the right one. Yep, and we're on roof, but we want, so yep. Make sure you've clicked the right one, the bricks, because we want to deal with this wave texture. So click the bricks, make it a new material, and we'll call it wall bricks horizontal, so that we know the direction of the filter we're about to change. So in the shader editor, back to the wave texture where we added this color, and then we want to change that to Y. And now we have this, and all we need to do is lower the scale, again with a shift click, so that I kind of get a bit of grime at the bottom and a bit of dirt at the top. I'm just going to keep dragging that scale. Right, let me move the phase offset, because I want a bit at the top and a bit at the bottom. That looks about right. Let's have a look around the side. Oh yeah, okay, there you go. So that's that one, and then all we need to do with these guys is we can shift select and do them both at the same time. Go into press tab, press A, because we want to select all of them, and then we want to cube projection them with U. And then we can just simply add, what do we call it? Deco bricks. Should we do deco bricks? Or no, because that's going to mean faffing with the UVs. We don't need to. Let's just use the deco. So click that and then deco. All right, because we are, as I say, we've removed the bricks and just left with the color and the bump and everything. That looks good. You are winding me up. Okay, this is actually way more color than I put in the original, but hey, who cares? If you don't like so much color, just change it to not so much color. Okay, that was simple. Let's move on, shall we? There's no point in us going through all of these, but we'll do another couple. So let's say we want to texture this one. So I'm going to select that, press 7 to go into top mode, and I'm just going to bring it so we can compare brick sizes. And I'm going to have to bring it down on the GZ. Alright, so same thing. Select the house, and copy the materials. Remember, make links, materials. Oh, that works out nicely. No, it's too big. That's fine. And in fact, let's edit it now. So make sure you selected just this object, and then we're in already here. So press tab. We've already got everything selected for the UVs, wherever they may be. There they are. They're in here somewhere. And again, just so I can make sure I turn that off, because I want them to be smaller. And as I say, this just means we don't have to faff with the scale every single time we put this texture on a new object. So let's scale that up to get the bricks smaller, down a bit, maybe too much. That'll do. That'll do. These guys are easy. We can just put deco on these. So I'm just shift selecting my balconies. I'm talking like you've got this exact model. You might have it. You might have copied this one, I don't know. But this is what I need to do. This is the process of adding the materials. So now I've selected those. I want deco. Should have selected them. So both of them. And what I didn't do. Oh, hang on. Right. Let's just select these, and this banister, and shift select that. By the way, when I'm copying materials, Orange are all the things that are going to receive the material, and yellow is the one that's going to where the material is being copied from. So if you shift click something else, now it's going to copy this white lack of material to everything. So as long as you shift the last one you pick is yellow and is the one you want the material to copy from, you'll be alright. So copy materials. And we got to do the roof. I believe I've already separated these because, let me check, does this one come with a vertex group? Yes it does. Select. So that you've seen what I did, and with the last ones I just made a group, vertex group, and then I want to assign the roof. How big is it? No, is that? No, it's too big. Okay, no problem. UV editor, we're already there, so I just need to make that a bit bigger. Remove that so I can see it. That was about right. Okay, tab, bosh. But that's the process of how you're going to texture them. If you want, if for some reason the bricks or whatever come up too big or too small, rather than changing the scale of the brick texture itself and making new material, just go into the UVs, pick the ones that you want, like the roof, and then scale them that way, and that will save a great deal of time and probably memory, because it's just using one material. So what I'm going to do in between this one and the next one is I'm going to materialize the rest of them, so that we're ready to start putting things in place. Yeah, so in between this and the next one, assuming you've made a bunch, just sort the materials out. Any problems, leave a comment. I'll get back to you. Alright, lovely. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.